Welcome to Chaos to Clarity, where we discuss healing trauma with godly guidelines. I'm your host, John Fontenot. Welcome to season 2, friends. We're going to jump into this one real quick. What on earth is holding you back? Is it pride? Pride stems from hurt and it covers up insecurity like low self esteem and self worth. Is it stubbornness? A strong will towards yourself instead of God? Is it comparison, lack of trust, perfectionism, control, or insecurity? Why do we question the fact that God has the best and most beautiful things for us? We just have to surrender to the things we think we need and want so that He can do what He's supposed to do. Our mind and heart have to be in alignment with one another so that we can fully walk in God's will. One of the verses that stuck out to me about this was Psalm 139:23 and 24. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxious thoughts. And see if there be any hurtful way in me, and lead me in the everlasting. You see, our flesh wants earthly desires, and we want it in our timing. Remember the waiting room? Or what we think is the right time. Our need to be in control of the situation, hello trauma response, is where we get stuck. We think our lives should look and be a certain way. And although it's good to have dreams and goals, we should ultimately be seeking God for His plan for our life. Being outside of His will not only hinders us in our ability to hear His voice, it blocks our blessings too. So with that, a personal experience of mine is I operated in perfectionism for many years. I still have a little bit of trouble with that from time to time, and being in control in some of the areas in my life, which is something that I still struggle with a lot. You see, what happens is when we don't have control over certain situations or things in our lives, we start controlling the areas that we can. This isn't always a good thing, especially when paired with perfectionism. I not only placed unhealthy expectations on myself, but on all of those in my life. And what eventually happens is they can't perform at the level that we expect them to, and we end up pushing everybody away because they cannot live up to our unhealthy standards. In Matthew 6:19, it says, "Don't store up treasures on earth, but store up your treasures in heaven." You see, things of this world, they fade, and they are ever changing. God's word and His perfect love are unwavering. I can't imagine why we wouldn't trust the one who created us. We put so many pressures on ourselves, but we limit God. He's the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end. I'm sure if He can create the heavens and earth in a week, He can orchestrate our lives and give us what we need at just the right time. Take the pressure off of yourself and just let Him be God. Stop stressing about what's next. Get on your knees and ask for guidance. Most of us want things that will distract us from God or have the potential to destroy us. Trusting in the Lord will never lead us into destruction, but into a life filled with love, peace, and fulfillment. What are the areas you need to let go and let God into? He wants you to have the perfect job. He wants you to be a good parent, a good brother, a good sister, a good spouse, and even a good friend. He wants us to have all of the desires of our heart when the time is right. A few more references that I came across when I was studying this was Proverbs 3:5 and Matthew 7:6. Thank you so much for listening to Chaos to Clarity, helping one another declutter our minds together. Until next time, friends.